Now let me show you something. The Ukrainian, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's pronounced as Rivnia, right? So Ukrainian Rivnia, as at January, you could buy one of it with 23 naira 75 kobo. But by February, you would need 42 naira. So their currency, Ukrainian currency, gained over the naira by 78 naira. Sorry, by 78%. This is enough to make anybody go crazy. Like, how do they explain this to us? How can you explain to us how the Ukrainian currency, a country at war, is gaining over the naira, over the Nigerian currency that is not at war? Our government just keeps whining us. They think we are dumb. They think they can always bamboozle us, and we just fall for their tricks and for their antics. But we need to make them understand that we are no longer kids. My name is Chris Light, and this is just me. I want to share my thoughts. So, everybody's been crying. Dollar is going up. Dollar is going up. Oh, it's coming down. Oh, it's going up. It's going back up again. We have been on that roller coaster for over 3 years now, and from 250 to 350 to 450 to 600, 700. Right now we are in 1,600 naira, and it's beginning to look like 600 naira is a good news. Sorry, 1,600 naira is a good news. It's beginning to look like it's worth celebrating because we are now used to abnormality. The angle that I'm actually looking at this is that it is not even like dollar is going up. We need to change that perspective. We need to have a shift of perspective. Dollar is not going up. What is actually happening is that our naira is becoming more valueless. It is becoming like paper. So it is the naira that has an issue, not the dollar. Because you know why? It is not only dollar that is gaining over naira. Every currency that I know around the world is gaining over the naira. So it is not dollar. Let's not, these guys are always pushing this narrative and try to make us think narrowly, like it's only dollar. Oh, some people are hoarding dollar, some are laundering dollar. Those you are clamping down on BDC guys. You are trying to close, you are closing Binance, that people are now exchanging too much of buying too much dollar. That is high buying of dollar, that is a high demand for dollar, that is weakening the naira. But that's not true, because are we also buying too much of cities, Ghanaian cities, and their currency is beating us? Are we also buying too much of other neighboring African countries? Let me just give you guys this breakdown, because these guys are taking us for a ride. You understand what I'm saying? They're taking us for a ride. Let me show you guys something. Like I said earlier, it is not just Ghana. It's not only the dollar that is gaining over the naira. Every other currency that I know of. Now, just let me show you what just happened within the period of 1 month. That is between January and February. How the naira has lost value immensely against every other currency that I know. Now, let's look at Gambia. Gambia is an African country, a West African country, right? Just like Nigeria, we are exposed to the same economic climate. So, can you explain to me why in January with 13 naira 25 kobo you can buy one dalasi, 13 naira 25 kobo, but by January you would need 23 naira 89 kobo to buy one dalasi? Do you see what's just happened there? So we moved from 13 naira to exchange it for this Gambian currency to 23 naira just within 1 month. So their currency gained over naira with how many percent? Let me just, with 78.91%. 78. That is how much the Gambian currency gained over naira. A small country. Let's know what we're doing. This is not dollar. This is dalasi. It's not even a non-currency. Probably don't even know the name before. The same with Cameroon. Before, as of January, with 1 naira 49 kobo, you can buy one of the Cameroonian currency, 1 unit of it. But by by February, you would need 2 naira 65 kobo. So it equally gained over the naira with 79.98%. 79, which is absurd. Let me show you another one. Against the Ghanaian cedi, as a January, you could exchange the Ghanaian cedi. You can buy one Ghanaian cedi with 72 naira 61 kobo. 72 naira 61. But by February, you would need 128 naira 16 kobo to buy the Ghanaian cedi. It's not dollar. So why is this happening? Why are every other African country's currency gaining over the naira? And then when you check these currencies, these other countries' currency against the dollar, you find out that they are stable. Theirs is stable. So we are losing to all these other countries. So it is not like we're not even. It's not like you cannot blame this on a high demand for these other currencies. So you cannot say that it's because there is a demand for the dollar, that's why the dollar is gaining over. No. Because can you explain to us why we are also losing to other African currencies? Why are we losing to them? Because our president came out the other day and was saying that this is not just a Nigerian's problem. This is not just that it is happening over the world, all over the world since COVID-19, blah blah blah. They're always making excuses. There is recession around the globe. Are these countries not part of? These are African. I'm not even using the Western countries to explain. These are our neighboring countries, and they are doing better than us. Now, he also mentioned that the Ukrainian war, affected the wheat distribution. He was just making, bogus and uncorrelated claims. There is no. He was just beating about the bush, basically. Now, let me even shock you now, because that Ukraine is at war, right? Is Nigeria at war? No, we're not at war. But can I tell you that the Ukrainian currency is doing better than? In fact, it's also one of the currencies that gained over the naira. Let me show you something. The Ukrainian, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's pronounced as Hryvnia, right? So, the Ukrainian Hryvnia, as at January, you could buy one of it with 23 naira 75 kobo. But by February, you would need 42 naira. So their currency, Ukrainian currency, gained over the naira by 78%. This is enough to make anybody go crazy. Like, how do they explain this to us? How can you explain to us how the Ukrainian currency, a country at war, is gaining over the naira, over the Nigerian currency that is not at war? So these guys are not telling us the truth. They're just beating about the bush. It's not Binance. It is not that we are buying currency, buying dollars. How many foreign investors has the country attracted within the past 1 year? What is our trade balance like? How much are we importing? How much are we exporting? I don't know if our Bureau of Statistics actually have an accurate data on our trade balance. Companies are leaving the country, so we are not. What is our GDP looking like? What are we producing in this country to even sell to other countries? How many investments are we attracting? What is investor sentiment? Those who are looking at our politics, the political landscape, considering security, considering our political issues, considering the electoral malpractices, how is it boosting the confidence of the investors to actually invest in this country? How many investors are confident that this administration will ensure the survival of their business, that their business can actually thrive in this economy? How many investors have left the country because corruption is suffocating them? Corruption has a chokehold on them. Because they keep settling. Pay this person, settle this senator, settle this minister, settle this government official to get contract or to actually get license and all that. And nobody, they have nobody to run to when they are faced with, maltreatment. Because the system itself is built on You know what it is? It's built on irregularities. You saw the outcome of the election. So how can investors actually have confidence in this economy and put down their money? So these are the questions. The farmers, are they going to farm? How much are we producing? There is serious insecurity in the middle belt, in the north. The herdsmen are still carrying out their onslaught unchecked. People are abandoning their farms. What is government really doing about how we actually tackling these things? And you are telling us is if these things that I've shown you guys are proven to us that it's not a global thing, it's a Nigeria thing. All the monies that have been borrowed during Buhari's administration, what were they used for? Were they converted into things that will produce more wealth for this country? Were they invested into enterprises, into the young minds to be creative, to be productive and add to the economy? Or were they given out as handouts to people? The Naira that was printed, they were told last year that they are redesigning the Naira. There's a Naira redesign. How much Naira was redesigned? And how much Naira was printed against the actual products and services that the country is building? Because you can't just print money and then dish it out without an exchange for value for that money. Once you push out a lot of money into circulation without exchanging it for value and services, the currency's value is going to drop. And these are the things, these are the issues. How much Naira did they print that they give out for free during the election? We know that money was circulating during the election. People were getting Ghana must go. People were getting bags of money for no reason, for not contributing, for not providing neither service nor product. So why would the currency not become like tissue paper? Because money is in circulation that are not supposed to be in circulation. This is simple. Let's think about this for a second. They printed excess money, and that is why the Naira is becoming useless. I don't want to use that word, but unfortunately that is what is becoming. So prices of things are not actually going up. The price of items in the market are not going up. Dollar is not going up. What is happening really is that the Naira is losing its value. Naira is becoming like paper. That is the reality, and that is it's an economic it is a fact of economics. There is no abracadabra, there is no rocket science about it, and the causes of these things are mathematically provable. There is no magic there. Bad economic and political, social landscape for investors. Bad economic policies. These are the things that are killing us. At the end of the day, Nigerians are more concerned about ethnicity and religion. Who swear for us? Who swear for Nigerians? It is time we woke up. It is time we ascend beyond religious and ethnic bigotry. But that will be a topic for another time. So we need to be free from the cave mind, because what is actually affecting a lot of Nigerians is the cave mind. The primitive way of thinking. You think based on sentiment. You think based on ethnicity. You think based on religion. You're not asking the fundamental questions. Can this person deliver good governance? Does this person have what it takes? Does this person have the capacity? Does this person have the qualification? We are not thinking at that level, and that is what we need to wake up to. We need to be free from the cave mind and become truly freed.